Okay, when I was growing up or like in school, we were given these graphs about kind of promoting education and how a person makes more money with like the higher level of education they attain. And mine works is like consistent with that to a certain extent, but then it kind of had a drastic swing in the other direction at one point. So I'm going to kind of go through that. So this is on my income based on based on education attained. Okay, so I started working, so this is the topic of this video, starting off. So I started working when I was 14. So that would have been, I think, so I would have been in high school, so I started working at age 14, so I was in high school. And that was just above minimum wage. So I think I'm trying to think of if this is the best way to put it. So maybe we'll do, like, this is, we're gonna do a graph. So amount earned in US dollars. And then on this axis is gonna be education level. And so this is like, so there's some high school, it's gonna be like here, this is like some high school. Then there's my high school diploma. Or, well, yeah, high school. And I got my high school diploma at the same time I got an Associates of Arts degree. So this is, so we're just gonna put this as high school. Then I got my Associates of Arts degree. And my income, it increased a little bit, not like a whole lot. So this is Associates degree. So slight increase with Associate's degree. So like I graduated with my Associate's degree, and then my work between getting my Associate's degree, so like between this, so this is like, it's me starting high school is this point. The first data point is me starting high school. Kind of like, so when I started working. Then the time between that and my Associate's degree, so my Associate's degree is also my diploma. I got both at the same time. So I graduated high school. The week after I graduated with my Associate's degree, I was 17 years old when I graduated with both. So this is, I was like 14 years old here, and this is like 17 years old. And then the next thing I got was a bachelor's degree. And this was a bachelor. So my associate's degree was in arts and sciences and was in mathematics. And then, so this is like 14 years old. That was like, you know, $5,000 to $9,000 a year. And that might be high. Somewhere in here was like 12,000. So this is like 12,000. I think. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've looked at those taxes. Tax returns and stuff. And then I stayed pretty steady. So I got my associate's degree in mathematics. And then I graduated with my bachelor's degree in Geology and Geophysics with a minor in mathematics. And that was like, so at point of graduation, so I graduated when I was 22. I was like 15,000 a year or something like that. However, I slightly increased after I got my associate's degree. I saw a little bit of increase in the amount of money I made, and then once I got my bachelor's degree, it went up to okay, so that's like at the point I'm getting my bachelor's degree, I'm making like $15,000 a year. And then the next one was Ph.D. candidate. This is like highest level. And then quit. So I had at some places a Ph.D. candidate, like there's master's degree, which is bottom of the pecking order. There's a Ph.D. candidate, which usually it requires passing exams and coursework, and the exams aren't required for a master's degree, so a master's degree is kind of less in terms of coursework and exams. I published multiple papers. 2 came out in print while I was at the graduate school. A 3rd one came out soon after I left. Actually, 3 publications were just actually the minimum requirement for a PhD. So in terms of publications, like peer-reviewed journal publications and exam and coursework, I actually had all of the requirements for a PhD. I just didn't write my dissertation. I was like, screw this, I'm out of here. So I quit with no degree. And so I spent over 4 years doing that. And so, however, maybe we're gonna move this so I can put one more thing in here. So by the time I quit my PhD program and quit the university and stuff like that, I was making about $40,000 a year. So my bachelor's degree had a huge positive impact on my income. It's like, I was like, I could feel it. I could have base living, like as a single person, like that worked. However, so there's the conundrum of which is more helpful for a person's career. Both graduate degrees on the whole, like be it PhD or master's, tend not to hurt income. That's like the trend. Since leaving with my graduate education, PhD candidacy, that's actually a degree from some universities. I did not get that degree. It's like master's degree, PhD candidate, PhD. So it's above master's degree and below PhD in terms of like prestige and actual degree attained from some universities. I did not get that degree. I opted out of that, said no to that. But I still had the level of that and more publications than like the typical master's or PhD candidate kind of by the time I left, with that being my highest level. And so how did that help me? Well, now, so with graduate school education, I make approximately, this is like 27 years old here, and now I'm 29, and I make approximately $10 a year. So, from my perspective, I mean, there's a really simple takeaway. Don't go to graduate school. Like, if one is looking for, like, income change, I have reduced my income by approximately $40,000 a year by getting graduate schooling. So, that's just, I thought I'd bring this up because it's kind of funny. Like, it's just kind of, oh, okay. So, it's one of those times where, like, trends are stated as trends. It is not a blanketing term. It does not apply to 100% of the cases. And I'm one of those examples of it not applying to 100% of the cases. And I mean, there were already people in my family where this was kind of like true for, like, kind of extended family, where it doesn't actually help graduate school. But just now I'm going through that of maybe I just shouldn't have put even attended graduate school on my work stuff, and I'll get, like, I'll make more money. So simple solution is just, well, I didn't get a degree anyway. Just don't even include that I attended graduate school. Maybe it's a viable solution. Or at least one perhaps worth experimenting with.